So my name is Kofi Ntim. I'm the acting director for regulatory administration, and my director general is out of town, but he brings you warm greetings. He would have wished to be here, but he had to attend to another assignment out of town. All right, so I'm going to, as a messenger, I'm also happy to be here, and I'm going to deliver a speech. So, co-chairpersons, distinguished guests, all protocols observed, ladies and gentlemen, good morning once again. So it's a great honor to be here at Icesda 2025, and I'd like to thank organizers for inviting the NCA. And I also wish to commend all stakeholders who have come together for this important event. So the theme for this year's conference is From Cradle to Cradle, Putting ESG and Sustainability First in Africa's Green Transition Effort. It's timely and will elicit discussions that will be critical to our future. It speaks to the need for a complete rethink of how we design, operate, and manage our systems, be it in the private sector or the public sector, so that they are not only efficient and effective, but also sustainable, inclusive, and responsible. ESG is everybody's business. The days when ESG was seen as a concern only for big corporations and environmental experts are over. ESG now touches every part of our society. It's about how we care for the environment, how we treat people, now how we lead, manage, and build trust. In a continent like Africa, where we face real and urgent challenges from climate change, poverty, inequality, illegal mining now, which is also affecting us greatly, and limited access to essential services, putting ESG at the center of our development goals is not an option, it is a necessity. The idea of a cradle-to-cradle approach goes even further. It encourages us to move away from the old way of doing things, where we take, use, and throw away, to rather build systems that are circular and regenerative. Systems where waste is not waste, but a new beginning. That's where I want to go. This kind of thinking is especially important as we look at Africa's future, and as we plan for a green transition that is sustainable. Every sector and everyone have a role to play, including the NCA, which is the regulator of the communications industry. And as Kofi Annan once said, our biggest challenge is turning the idea of sustainability into a lived reality. For us at the NCA, that means transforming how we regulate, invest, and innovate in the digital space. As Ghana's communications regulator, our job is to make sure that the industry works well for everyone, for users, for service providers, and for the country. In doing this, we have a responsibility to make sure our regulatory frameworks and actions support broader national goals, including those related to the environment, good governance, and social well-being. Technology can play a big role in Ghana's green transition. With the right digital tools and infrastructure, we can improve how we monitor and manage our environment. We can support clean energy systems and energy-efficient buildings. We can make public services more accessible and efficient, and help businesses and communities make better decisions with better information. In many ways, the ICT sector is both a powerful enabler and an actor in sustainability. On one hand, digital technologies can drive innovation in clean energy, environmental monitoring, smart agriculture, education, etc. Whilst on the other hand, the ICT industry itself must ensure that its operations and infrastructure support and does not undermine environmental and social goals. One concrete way the NCA has supported ESG in the communication sector is through our promotion of infrastructure sharing. The NCA introduced policies that encourage telecom companies to share towers, masts, and other infrastructure. This means fewer towers are built overall, which reduces land use, construction emission, and power consumption. This approach was aimed at lowering costs for operators, improving efficiency, and reducing visual pollution in our communities. It is a simple but effective example of how governance and environmental goals can come together through regulation. We are also encouraging service providers to explore the use of renewable energy at their cell sites, such as the use of solar power, which can reduce dependence on fossil fuels, especially in rural areas where access to the national grid is limited or unreliable. In 2024, as part of our strategic plan, the NCA joined forces with key telecom industry players to launch a change initiative dubbed the Net Zero Project, aimed at galvanizing the industry to develop an industry-wide roadmap with clear recommendations for sustainable practices that will guide the sector towards achieving net zero operations. The G in ESG governance is also important for us as a regulator. At the NCA, we believe that transparent, accountable, and participatory governance is key to building a sector that people trust and that serves the public good. We regularly engage our stakeholders through consultations on new regulatory frameworks. We publish data to support transparency, and we work closely with industry players to ensure compliance while also supporting innovation. We are also strengthening our internal systems to make sure the NCA itself leads by example through digital transformation, ethical leadership, and sustainable procurement. We are not there yet, but taking small steps towards the green transition. Conferences like this remind us that no single institution can drive Africa's digital transition alone. To take partnership, learning, and cooperation between governments, academia, the private sector, and communities. That is why we are proud to be part of those gathered here today. And we are eager to explore how communications infrastructure and digital innovation can support broader ESG goals. As a regulator, we understand the dual role our sector plays. While we work toward our own sustainability goals, we also recognize that ICT and telecom solutions have a transformative impact on the other sectors of the economy, enhancing energy efficiency, business resilience, and reducing environmental risks. Digital infrastructure is a critical part of the solution as we work towards a green future. The ICT sector can support smart transportation systems to reduce emission, digital agriculture to improve yields and reduce waste, remote working and e-governance, which will help reduce commuting and paper use, and early warning systems to help vulnerable communities respond to climate-related disasters. However, this will only be fulfilled if we embed ESG thinking in every aspect of how we plan, build, and regulate our digital future. In closing, I want to say that the future of Africa lies not just in growth, but in sustainable and inclusive growth. Let us work together to make sure every system we build, whether in communication, education, energy, or governance, is designed from the beginning to be renewable, inclusive, and lasting. Let us put ESG at the heart of every plan, every project, and every policy. From cradle to cradle, let us build a continent that works not just for us, but for generations to come. Thank you for your attention. I wish Icesda 2025 all the best. Thank you.